Hello, and welcome back to SoulHubFeels. And I know, let's be honest, the thumbnail's what got your attention to click on this video. I am talking about an ex-girlfriend today. Obviously, that's the playlist it's under. Um, you know, it this ex, well, she always wanted the D. I mean, it was all the time. It was obsessive behavior. And I find it a bit amusing because before her, it was like guys would, typically when you're earlier in your like dating life and whatnot, you're typically thinking, oh, it's always guys. Guys have the urges all the time. It's always the guys that have the urges. It's never women. It could never be the woman that has the urges. And I found out there were there were times I wasn't thinking about it that she was, and that was just the first relationship I had that was like that. Where it's like she literally all she ever wanted, and I think honestly that's what our relationship thrived on. And it was fun for a while until it just actually it was fun the entire time, let's be honest. The honeymoon phase always lasts for a while, but I ended up breaking up with her beforehand, before the honeymoon phase was even over. And a lot of guys in high school wouldn't really understand that. Like, well, you're gonna dump someone that you're banging like all the time. Sounds kind of weird. Well, the reason I ended up dumping her or breaking up with her is I found out about her ex-boyfriend, who by chance I had kind of become friends with, not knowing they were past, like in a past relationship or anything like that. And we had talked about his ex-girlfriend who demolished his truck and like poured sugar in the gas tanks, smashed out the headlights and taillights. Tires were all slashed. Windshield was smashed in. I mean, the full nine on his truck. And I had no idea any of this was going on, or had went on. But eventually, we talked about like who we were seeing, and I brought up the name and said her name to him, and he's like, "Oh my god, that's my ex. That's who I was talking about." And he literally like could pulled up old pictures of him and her, and I couldn't believe it. So I ended up dumping her and just hoping nothing like that would happen to my truck. Just I mean, we did talk about it. I did go to her and talk about it. It wasn't like I found this out, I called her, I dumped her. It was, we talked about it. She had an admission to it. I tried to let it go. I'm like, maybe we can be different than that. Maybe she got her heart broke, didn't know how to handle it. We're young. But I couldn't ever quite shake the feeling of a bit of a psychotic behavior with her. And I started to look deeper into it. And I just chose to break up with her. Unfortunately, it wound up I broke up with her just a day before we actually went back to school. So it was very It was really bad timing because she didn't know that I broke up with her for that reason for the longest time. She actually thought that I broke up with her because I was embarrassed of her and didn't want to be seen with her at school, which wasn't true at all. She was a very attractive girl and got, was very like good with my family and everything when she met them. Very, very like southern good presence, but like behind closed doors was like a bit of a psycho. Um, it was just like, yeah, she always wanted to bang, which was great. um, no, no matter where we went, it seemed like it was the only thing on her mind. Like I was saying earlier, it was an obsessive level, and it was, it was very obsessive. It was anytime we hung out, we had to, and if we didn't, then it was actually an argument, or it was you don't love me anymore, sort of thing. Like, you don't care about me because you won't sleep with me. No, no, I care about you enough to say I would rather go out and have dinner than just have sex than just do it. It, there's, I don't know. You got to mix it up a little bit. Even me saying that as a male, I mean, I never thought I'd say I would get tired of doing it, especially at high school and that age, you know. But I did. I was just, I was like, you know. I mean, obviously, I wasn't ever gonna refuse. But I'll be straight up honest there. There's no way I'd refuse it as a high schooler. Just no way. But that there was a lot of times we'd go out. Like there was one time we went to the next town over because it was a bigger town, had more options to eat, and we, you know, were on the way there, and uh, you get some roadhead on the way there. We eat, we hang out over there in town at the park for a little bit, and then we drive back. And she's like, pull down this road. I'm like, what? She's, and all she said was, I want to lay by the creek. I'm like, okay, whatever. Didn't even think twice about it. Should have known. And then doing it in the car. I'm like, didn't we like just do stuff? Like, and then you get home and it's like, or we got back to her house. Her mom was, I don't know what was really wrong with her mother. I never maybe got the concept, but her mom was very bedridden, and her dad wasn't really around a whole lot. He was a truck driver, I believe, if I remember right. So we had a lot of space, and we were going to watch a movie, and once again, just a clawing at me. It's like, it's only been about 3 hours, and you've like sexually touched me like 5 times. I'm like, because even like when we were sitting in the restaurant, it's foot up on my junk. It's like all the time. That's why I titled, you know, this episode, I suppose, the way I titled it, because it really was always. Um, Again, I don't really have any complaints about it as a high schooler. As an adult now, I would definitely have a complaint about that, because that's just not the way I want to roll in my relationships. I want them to be more meaningful than just that. But that will be the end here. So, Soul, SoulHubFeels.